Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 8 Days Online Research Upscaling Workshop organized by Department of English and Foreign Languages, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram. I would like to introduce the resource person for today's session, Dr. Nitin Kumar Pitadia. He is an accomplished academician and researcher with 14 years of experience in the field of English language instruction. Holding a PhD from Saurashtra University, Rajkot, he has demonstrated his commitment to scholarly pursuits and academic excellence. As a lecturer in English in the General Department of Dr. Jeevraj N. Mehta Government Polytechnic in Gujarat, Dr. Pitadia plays a pivotal role in shaping the linguistic skills and academic development of his students. Dr. Pitadia's commitment to professional development is evident through his successful completion of examinations such as CC Plus examination held by the Gujarat Council of Vocational Training in 2018 and the CC examination conducted by SPIPA Rajkot in 2013. These certifications underscore his ongoing efforts to enhance his skills and stay abreast of the latest developments in educational technology and methodology. He has also presented numerous papers in national and international conferences. He has also published papers and contributed chapters to the various books. We are very fortunate to have you here, sir. We welcome you to the session.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm really very thankful to Dr. Ann Sumathi ma'am and SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus, for providing me an opportunity to share my knowledge regarding research with you all. So, up till now, this is the seventh day of this research workshop on upscaling research. Up till now, many topics have been dealt with. So we can say that the building or the structure of the research has been completed by the earlier speakers than me. Now, in my turn, it is like doing color work to the building, and generally the color men take more time to finish the work. So I will also take a bit more time. Uh, as we all know that research is actually research. Means we are finding something again, and with our own interpretation, we try to give different conclusions. So it is an investigation, but it is a systematic investigation of some desired goals. It is organized because in this we'll have to follow certain rules of academic writing. And the title of my topic today is The Art of Citation, exploring different referencing formats for academic success. Now, when we talk about art, so the simplest definition of art is that it is a rhythmic reoccurrence. Rhythmic reoccurrence means if we take an example of painting and picture, so if colors reoccur rhythmically in that, then it becomes a painting. If words reoccur rhythmically, then it becomes a poem or poetry. If musical notes reoccur uh, systematically, rhythmically, then it becomes a song. In the same manner, while we are doing a research, we must follow certain rules, certain style for whether we are writing a research article or whether we are writing a research paper or any kind of research work. But in that, we have to follow a certain style. So that style should reoccur rhythmically, means we have to follow the rules uh, throughout our work. So this is the title, that the art of citation. So how to cite the work, that we shall try to understand today. But Before we go ahead, here you can see the analogy. You can see two pictures. One picture is of different kinds of ingredients. Uh, it is called bhel here in our Gujarat, and it is an evening time, and we Gujarati people do have snacks at the evening. So this is one of my favorite dishes. So I have taken the example of it. In this picture, we can see that there are different ingredients outside, and the middle, the main ingredient is there. So these are of different color, different taste, and in different quantity. So here in our research also, we have to take ideas from different people, whether those ideas are bitter one, whether those ideas are sweet one, whether those ideas are of any kind. But in some quantity, we are to take support of someone else's ideas to make our research work better. And after adding these ingredients, means taking the ideas from others, we are to our dish is ready, that you can see beside. So dish is ready, but after that we need to garnish that dish. Means we need to have it in a proper dish, in proper format, while we are serving it, and then we would garnish it. In the same manner, after completing the main course of our research work, we need to put, while we are going for publication, we need to put it in a proper format, and we need to follow certain rules. So through this analogy we can understand that any research work is like this. We need to uh, make it put it into proper format. After that, uh, here you can see another picture. In this picture, the journey is given from the data to wisdom. So while we are doing research, at that time we need to find related data. So there would be data in abundance. It is not properly organized. So that is called data. But when that data is chosen and properly organized uh, for our research work, specific research work, and specific data has been collected, then that data becomes our information. After that, when you connect the dots of that data for your research work, it becomes knowledge. In that knowledge, you also add your own experience of your life, and uh, to go ahead, you make a proper planning, and that is called strategy. And in that, you also add your intuition, which might not be the part of the data or information or knowledge, but that may come later on. So that your intuition is also added into it. After that, you can have the different connection of the dots by your own creativity. You might draw the picture as shown here like that. Someone else might draw it in a different manner. It depends on the creative, how creative we are. On the basis of that, we can utilize the collected data or the information. In that, after that, we put our own interpretation in the data, that is called insight. And ultimately, whatever our research work is, it should be for the betterment of humanity, or it should be adding to the existing body of knowledge, that is called wisdom. So through these connecting dots, we can understand the journey of our research. It starts from the data, and ultimately we are to reach towards wisdom. Now, uh, uh, the outcomes of this session would be four. The first would be to understand the difference between a reference and bibliography. The second is to gain proficiency in citing sources using MLA 9th edition guidelines. Then the third one is develop proficiency in citing sources using APA 7 style. And at last, to understand about different citation tools. So the whole presentation is divided into this four section. In the first section, we shall try to understand the difference between reference and bibliography. Then we shall try to understand about plagiarism, different types of sources, different steps for proper citation. Then we shall understand about MLA 9th edition, then MLA APA 7th edition. Then we shall also try to understand about different styles of citation, but that would not be that much in detail. My focus would be on MLA 9th and APA 7th more. Then at the end, we shall try to understand about different referencing tools or software which can be helpful for us. And at last, we shall try to understand should we cite or not. So now, uh, when we talk about research and then citation, then these words come before us: reference, bibliography, work cited, such words come. So, reference, sometimes what do people do? They use these words interchangeably, but there are basic difference between reference and bibliography. Uh, Actually, both appear at the end of the book or at the end of the paper. Both include similar information. Both are arranged alphabetically, but still there are differences. And when we talk about bibliography, it includes citation to the works which might not be mentioned in the text. It means that you might have read that, you might know about the idea of that book, but you are not including that book into your own research work. So still, it is of their domain, so you are writing it into the bibliography. So bibliography is a kind of list which includes cited as well as non-cited works also. Uh, it is done because it is for suggestion, for further reading, or for background purpose. In APA style, there is no mention of bibliography. When we talk about reference or works cited list, so citations are meant to direct reader to particular work cited in the text. So whatever we are taking, whatever the idea we are taking from someone else, and we are citing it in our research work, whether it is article, paper, or any kind of research work, that should be mentioned at the end of the work. It may be a reference list if it is APA style. It may be works cited list if we are following MLA citation style. Uh, so we are citing the sources which we are using in our research work. So this is the basic difference between reference and bibliography. In bibliography, there may be some entries which you might not have used or cited in your research work, but in reference or short cited list, all the references or all the list are given which you have cited into your paper. Now, the question may arise that why to write a reference? Why we need to write a reference? What is the need of it? So, first thing is that to avoid plagiarism, because while we are writing any research work, it should be plagiarism free. Second thing is, while we are taking ideas from someone else, that author should be given credit. So to give credit to the author, to show the original source while someone else is reading your work. So that person should know that the original source of this idea is this book. So to show the original source, to demonstrate your knowledge. If you have done the reading of such material, then you have cited them. It means that you have gone through that. You have knowledge. So it showcases that also to lend credibility to your work. If you have properly cited, then your work would be a credible one. To support your argument, while we are writing, uh, we cannot thoroughly write in our own thoughts only. To support our thought, we need to take ideas from someone else, and those ideas need to be cited. So, to support our argument, we need to take ideas from someone else. And the last is to enable other researchers to follow your work. If you have properly uh, written a well researched work you have done, then other person, other people, other researcher, they will follow your work. So we need to do proper citation. We need to give proper references. Now, the first point was that why we need to write reference. It was to avoid plagiarism. So there are five types of plagiarism. Five different types of plagiarism are there. The first type is global plagiarism. This global plagiarism means you are taking someone else's paper and you are removing that person's name and designation and everything, and you are putting your name and designation, and you are going to publish it again. It is called global plagiarism, means passing of an entire text by someone else as your own. Then the second type of plagiarism is verbatim plagiarism. It means that you are copying the parts of someone else's work into your work, and you are not giving credit to that author. Means directly copying parts of someone else's work. That is called verbatim plagiarism. The third is paraphrasing plagiarism. Means you are going through someone else's research work. You like the idea, but you are not putting as it is in your paper. You are trying to rephrasing it into your own words, and you are presenting it as if it is your own. You are not giving credit to the original author. That is called paraphrasing plagiarism. Then there is patchwork plagiarism or mosaic plagiarism. This patchwork or mosaic plagiarism means you are taking some part from some author, then the other author, then the other author. These ideas you collect in your own work without giving credit to anyone. You are taking the credit of these ideas put together from different sources as if it is your own. So this is called patchwork. This is mosaic plagiarism or patchwork plagiarism, stitching together parts of different sources. And the last one is self plagiarism. Self plagiarism means you are using your own past work again without giving credit. So that should also be avoided. So whatever the form of plagiarism, that must be avoided. Now the question here is that how can we avoid plagiarism? So to avoid plagiarism, first need is we need to keep track of the sources. So while we are taking the idea from someone else's work, first thing what we should do, we should try to read that idea. We should try to make note of that idea. Along with the note, keep the track of the sources from where you have taken that idea. So write down the complete uh, source list below it so that you can easily cite it while you are using it in your research work. Otherwise, what happens if we don't do that thing at that time? So, in the course of research work, it may happen that you forget the real source of that work, and so you unintentionally produce plagiarized work. Second thing is to avoid plagiarism, give credit to the author, write it in double inverted comma. It means you quote it or you paraphrase it correctly. Third is add proper citation to the work so that you avoid plagiarism. And after completing our research work, we should try to check it through different available tools that whether our work is a plagiarized one or not. So in this manner, we can avoid plagiarism. Now, while we need to cite, while we take the ideas from other person, other researchers, so there would be different types of sources that we have to take into consideration. Like there might be books, there might be articles, scholarly journal articles, magazines, newspapers, internet kind of things. Like we might use YouTube, Facebook, social media post, whatever we are finding relevant to our research work, we try to take the idea from that, and that becomes our source. So we have these different kinds of sources, and those sources, if you are taking idea from that, then we need to add proper citation for that. Now, we have seen that we have these different types of sources. Now, if we want to add those sources into our research work, how can we do that? So there are three different ways of doing that. The first way is quoting. Means you are putting the exact words of the writer into double inverted comma and giving credit to the author. That is quoting. The second is summarizing. Either we take the whole passage, we read that, and we uh, uh, try to find the smaller version of it, and you are writing it in your own words, you are summarizing it, the whole passage, and then you are giving credit to the author. So it might not be exactly whatever is written there, but you are giving the gist of that whole passage in 2 3 lines. Or the third is paraphrasing. We Either we paraphrase it. So paraphrase is a little bit more than summarizing. Paraphrase is roughly equal, the same length, the original passage, but you are writing it in your own words. You are not using the exact words of the author. But whatever you do, either you quote or summarize or paraphrase, all these things need in-text citation, and you should add it to the list at the end of your research work. Now, while we are going for research or for citation, we should follow certain steps. I have given here 6 steps that we should follow for proper citation. The first is read the work you want to cite. Uh, First, we need to read the work which we want to cite. Second is identify the idea you want to put into your paper. The third is write a sentence about that idea. The fourth is write a reference list entry. And the fifth is add corresponding in-text citation to the sentence. And the sixth step is you are to repeat the steps which you have followed from step 1 to step 5. So if we keep repeating for each entry, then we can cite uh, properly. Now, we have understood now that we need to cite, but there are different styles of writing uh, these references. There is modern language association, mixed MLA citation. There is Chicago citation. and there is Oxford referencing, there is a Modern Humanities Research Association, that is MHRA, there is American Psychological Association, APA, Harvard referencing, Vancouver styling. These are different styles of writing references. When we talk about MLA, that MLA, Modern Language Association style, is used for English studies, especially for literature, foreign language, communication, and religious studies. APA is generally used for psychology education, business, economics, nursing, linguistic studies. IEEE, Chicago style is used for history, art history, fine arts, anthropology, philosophy. IEEE is used for engineering, computer science, information science. And then there is last one, that is CAC, that is used for biology, physics, chemistry, geology. There is also Vancouver style that is used for health sciences. So in which branch you are, you have to follow that style. Second thing, while you are uh, writing a paper for any particular journal, so you have to follow that in which reference style they are demanding your paper. If they are demanding in MLA, you have to write in that form. If they are demanding in APA, then you have to follow that. Now, my focus would be on MLA and APA more. So let us understand about MLA style. So now the latest edition of MLA is ninth edition. Before that, MLA 8th edition was used. You can see in the picture. MLA 8th edition was introduced in 2016, and MLA ninth edition, that is the latest edition, is introduced in April 2021. It is almost 400 pages or more than that. So we can see the difference in MLA ninth edition. The more pages means they have included many more things. But MLA 8th edition, it is a really revision of MLA 8th edition in which they have tried to put more information regarding web sources. Here, uh, we shall try to understand the difference between MLA 8th edition and MLA ninth edition. The basic difference you can see in the chart that it was published in 2016, MLA 8, and MLA 9 was published in 2021. Works cited formatting, so double paged throughout was there in MLA 8 edition, but MLA 9th edition follows single paged with double spacing between the entry. So it is for works cited list. In that, single paste we have to use for entry, and then between two entry we have to put double space. The one more topic, that is inclusive language. There was no mention of it in 8th edition, but in ninth edition, they have given a chapter for that, and that is for avoiding gendered language. We shall try to understand about it later. Then author name. In MLA 8, it was that if there are 3 plus authors, then we need to write uh, about all of them first time, then we can write at all. But here in ninth edition, we can write at all from the very beginning, from the very first entry. Then author pseudonym. If there is author like O. Henry, William Sidney Porter. So if you are writing Porter and you want to also write the pseudonym of him, then you can put into bracket. In 8th edition, it was written in bracket, but in ninth edition, it is written in square bracket. Uh, then you can shorten the URL also. We need to give a real name or the account name for social media citation in ML ninth edition. We can uh, also we need to write press, the word we need to spell it. In 8th edition, it was there that you can write shortened version like Oxford University Press. So you can write OUP. But in ninth edition, if it is not university, if it is a part of university name, then we need to write press. Otherwise, you can make it shortened if it is of university. Then seasons are written in lowercase in ninth edition. DOI is given with proper web address. If the author, two authors have the same last name, then in 8th edition we used to write only the initial of that person in the first initial. But in ninth edition, we have to write uh, two initials, first and second name initial. So here you can see Smith JM, while in 8th edition we used to write Smith J only. Then in-text citation that we shall try to understand later on. Work cited in edited books that also will come. So these are the uh, some of the changes which we can find in MLA 9th edition. The last is work cited dissertation or theses. So in theses or dissertations, earlier we used to write only the name of university, but now we need to add the name of the department of that university also in our ninth edition. Now, earlier we saw that inclusive language is added. So, this inclusive language is uh, 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 is consists of 7 principles. First is use relevant references. So while we are writing, we need to pay attention that we are including ethnicity, religion, gender, sexual orientation, disability, age, whatever we are writing. But we need to pay attention towards that. We are to use gender neutral terms whenever possible. Means instead of writing mankind, we need to write humankind. Instead of writing man, we need to write people. So gender neutral terms should be used. Then we need to be specific. Means while you are talking about Christian, so don't write just Christian, but write Catholic. So you are being specific to. If you are writing about Muslim people, then write. If it is Sunni Muslims, then be specific towards that. And instead of writing rich people thing, we can write a belief held by some of the wealthiest individuals. So, in this manner, we need to be specific. We need to use respectful terms. So, first person first language and identity first language is there. Means when you are using a youth with epilepsy, then you are using person first language. While you are using an amputee, it means that you are using identity first language. So according to your need, you have to use respectful terms while using MLA 9th edition. Be consistent and thoughtful. While we are writing, whatever the terms, if you are writing it in lowercase or uppercase, you have to maintain that throughout your research work. Means if you are using black word for people, then you can use BLACK in lowercase. But if you are using it in lowercase, then use it throughout the paper. If you are using B capital, then use it for the whole paper. So we need to be consistent. Then we need to minimize pronoun exclusion. Means every teacher must make sure that rather than writing that, we should write. Teachers must make sure that students complete their homework. Avoid negative judgments. Means don't use such words as suffers from, afflicted with, victim of, because similar language may make assumptions about a person or group experience that are not accurate. And then last is check terms for offense. Rather avoid to use offensive terms, and if you need to use it, they can choose to use a dash to avoid reproducing the term in full. You can see in the example like D then dash. So such offensive terms can be written like this. Now, when we talk about MLA containers, we need to understand MLA has these 9 elements. The first is author, second is title source, third is title of container, the fourth is other contributors, the fifth is version, sixth is number, seventh is publisher, eighth is publication date, and ninth is location. So whatever the entry we are making while using MLA ninth edition, that would be out of these 9 elements only. And whatever the available information we have, we have to put into this. So while we are writing about author, we need to write the last name first, then comma, and then the first name of the author. Then if we are writing any article from the journal or about any chapter from the book, then that would come at the second place. That is called title of the source, and that would be written into double inverted comma. Then would come the original title, means the name of the book or the name of the journal from where that article or a chapter is taken. So that would be written in uh, italics, and in that also we shall use capital letter for each important word. Then if there are other contributors like translator or editor, that would be added into that. Then if there are any version of that book, first edition, second edition, third edition, then that would be added into it. If you are using any social media or you are using podcast or web series, then there would be episodes. So that would also come under this version. Then number means volume number and issue, that can be written in sixth place. Then the name of the publisher and the publication date means year of the publication. And then at last would be the location, means the page number, where from where you have taken this source, that page number. And at last, if you have the web source available, then you have to put the URL of that. But remember that here we are not writing the location of the publisher, means New York, Delhi. We are not writing that. Yes, if the publisher has offices in more than one places, then we can write. Otherwise, we avoid writing that. Now let us understand in-text citation. In-text citation is uh, used while we are writing our research work and we are giving credit to the author. That is called in-text citation. Now, this in-text citation can be uh, written in two ways. The one is written in prose style, and second is in parenthetical. In prose style means you are using the name of the author while you are writing. Like when it comes to technology, King states that we, and then you are putting the idea into double inverted comma. So here the name of the author has come, King. So now you are not to repeat that in the citation. So you are just writing the page number into bracket, and after that you are putting period. Remember that. While you are using parenthetical style, in that you are not using the author's name, but you are writing it into the bracket at last. Means you are citing. This is called in-text citation. So author's name, author's last name, and the page number is written like this, and that source is written at last in works cited list, and that we shall see as we go ahead. So in this manner, we are to write in-text citation. Now there are possibility of writing in-text citation like there may be no author, there may be one author, then how to write? There may be two authors, there may be more than three authors, then how to write in-text citation? So if there is no author, then write the title of the work in italic and the page number. If there is one author, then write the last name of the author and the page number. If there are one author and two sources, then write the author's last name and the name of the both works in italics. If there are two authors and one source, means two authors have written the same source, then you are to write last name of the both, Lopez and James, is number 18. If there are three plus authors, then we are to use at all. We are writing the last name of the first author, and then we will use at all and then page number. But after at all, we are putting period. If there is corporate author, then we have to write the name of that company. If there is editor, that would be written like the one author, the name, last name of the editor, and the page number. And at last, different sources and same in-text citation means you are taking the ideas from two different sources. So if you want to cite that, then how will you do that? We shall write the last name of the author and the page number, then semicolon would be used, and we shall do the same for the second source. So in this manner, we can add in-text citation. So remember that if you have written the name of the author in your prose, then you are not to write it again. You are to just give page number. If you haven't written it, then you are to write the last name of the author and the page number. If there are two authors with the same last name, then you are to use the first name's initial, and then the last name and the page number. If there is no author, then you are to write the first word of that word into double inverted comma and the page number. And if you have one author, but you are using two or three sources of him, and then at that time you have to write the last name, then comma, then into double inverted comma the first word of that work, whatever the work you are using, and then page number. But remember that after this you are not putting comma, means after writing author's name, if there is one author and then you are to write page number, then you are not putting any comma there. If you are using two sources of the same author, then you are putting comma after author's last name, then you are putting the work into double inverted comma, but after that you are not putting any comma. So remember that, because in other style the same difference you will find. Now while we are making MLA citation, we already have seen that these 9 elements should be taken into consideration while we are making any entry for citation. So that would be author, title of the source. The title of the source would be into double inverted comma. If it is the part of the any book or any journal, then the title of the container would be in italic. Then other contributors, if there is translator, then write translated by. If there is editor, then write edited by. If there are any versions of it, first edition, second edition, then write that. If there are number, means volume number, issue number, seasons or episodes, so write that also. Then the name of the publisher, then the publication date and the location. This we are to follow while we are making any entry into our research work. Now, while we are writing the source, which words we are to use in capital in italics. So we can see that the name of the book, website, online database, magazine, play, TV, movie, court cases, these are written in italics. But book chapter, poem, essay, any specific episode of TV or podcast or similar, a blog post, then you have to write it into double inverted comma because it is a part of something else. Now, while we are taking source, we have different sources. So different sources would be cited differently. So if it is a web page from any website, then how can we cite it? So in the template, you can see author's last name would be written first, then author's first name would be written, then period would be means full stop would be written, then the article of that title into double inverted comma, then the publisher's name would be written in italic, day, month, and year, and the URL would be written at last. So here you can see Boy State University Writing Center. That is the writer. If there is no writer, then the corporate writer would be written. Then the title, Welcome to the Writing Center. So that is written into double inverted comma. Then the publisher is Boy State University. So that is written in italics. Then uh, the URL is given and the access date is given on 9 September 2022. If we are writing, if we are citing book, then also we have to follow the same. We shall write the last name of the author first. Means here you can see Pratchett Terry. Guards, that is the title of the book. So that is written in italics. Then Golans, so that is the name of the publisher. And at last, 1989. So 1989 is the year of publication. So if it is a work from any collection, then also we can write last name of the author first. Kinsella Sophie. Full stop. So last name, then comma, then first name, then period. Then we are writing it into double inverted comma. 7. The Party Crasher. The Party Crasher is the title. So it is written in italics. Edited by Cara Cesare et al. So it is edited by more than 3 editors. So the first editor's name is written. Then for others, at all is written. So at all and full stop, then comma, then the publishers, the dial press, and then the year and the page number is given. So here you can see PP has been written. So it is a page range from 95 to 119. If you are to cite journal article, then in the journal article also, uh, last name of the author, Hollingsdale, Jack et al. Then the name of the article into double inverted comma. Then name of the journal. Journal title would be in italics. Then the volume. So volume 8, number 4. Sometimes it is also written like 8.4, and then the year of publication, and then the page range. And if DOI means digital object identifier is there, then we can add that also. If it is newspaper article, the same method we are to use. If it is YouTube video, then in YouTube video we are to write last name and the first name, then the video title would be into double inverted comma. And then the streaming service means YouTube is a streaming service. So YouTube would be written in italic. Then uh, we have to write who has uploaded that. So username of the uploader would be written there, and then the date of a date and the URL would be written at last. So if we are using YouTube, we have to use that. If it is a podcast episode, the same thing we have to follow in podcast episode. In podcast episode, you have to write the name of the episode into double inverted comma. Here you can see the mysterious disappearance of Brittany Gassel, and it is a part of the series of Morbid. So Morbid is written italicized, and it is from Amazon Music. Hosted by, so host name is written there, hosted by Elena Ukhar and Aisley Kelly. Episode number 203 and date 23rd January 2021. And the whole address is link is given here. But here you can see it is a long link. So using search sites which can shorten the link, you can use short link also, because in ninth edition we have seen earlier that they have allowed us to shorten link also. In the same manner, sometimes we need to use a song or video or a TV show or a blog, whatever we are taking as a source, we need to put them in this manner while making in-text citation, as well as while we are writing that in works cited list. If it is a tweet, then in the tweet we have to write the handle line, then the original tweet that you are taking into double inverted comma, then the tweet is taken from Twitter. So Twitter would be written in italic, because that is the streaming service, like YouTube. Here it is Twitter. If it is Facebook, any comment or any post from Facebook, then Facebook would be in italic. Then we have to write a date of uh, when that post was published, and then the time, and then we have to give the address, means the web address or the link of that post. So in this manner, we can write that. Now, nowadays, people use ChatGPT and different AI tools. So while we are taking help of AI tools, there is no wrong of using them. But judicious use of them will always support us in our research. But while we are using that, then you are to cite that also. So if any text is generated by AI, then that would be written like this. First, we shall write description of the prompt. That prompt, which whatever the prompt you have given, into double inverted comma. So here it is like summarize the book The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. So that prompt was given. So that is written, and after that we have to write prompt. Then we have to put period. Then it is ChatGPT. If you have used ChatGPT, then write ChatGPT into in italics, and the version of it, GPT 4, GPT 3, GPT 4, whatever we have used. Then the company name means OpenAI, and then the date of generating that material. So date is written, and at the end we are giving the link, and then full stop. If you are using any image generated by AI, then you have to write figure number. We have to give figure number while we are using in our research work, and in works cited list we have to give figure number 1. Then we have to write that prompt into double inverted comma, that uh, point listing painting of a sheep in a sunny field of blue flowers. That prompt was given, and it was done through Delhi. So the earlier entry was through ChatGPT. This entry is from Delhi. So Delhi would be in italics. Then version 2 of an AI, 8 March 2023, and at last we have to give the link. So whatever we are generating from uh, this AI, tools, we need to give citation to them also. There are other possibilities also, like creative textual work, like many people get poem written from such AI tools. So that also should be written or should be cited in our work. And in the same manner as we have seen earlier, you can cite that also. Any other secondary sources you have found from the help of ChatGPT, that also can be cited in our work like this. Now, MLA in-text citation we have seen, and now work cited list. So we have earlier seen in the very beginning, we saw that there is a difference between bibliography and works cited or references. So while we are writing works cited, so here you have done in-text citation. That in-text citation, each entry should match in proper way in your works cited list. So here you can see that Bergdart and Morris is number 410. That is the full entry is given in our works cited list. And in the works cited list also you can see it is not written uh, as it is, but there are some differences you can see that we see as we go ahead. So our works cited list would be written alphabetically first. So in ABCD manner, our works cited list will be written. Second thing, our works cited list will have hanging indent. Means if the entry is more than one line, the second line would be in hanging indent. Means point 0.5 space would be there, or one tab space would be written. Then Uh, here you can see web page, journal article, collection, book, newspaper article. Different sources have been written in this works cited list. Now we have written in-text citations. We have written the works cited list also. The next part comes of formatting the page. So while we are writing in MLA ninth edition, we have to follow the formatting guidelines of that. First is the margin. So one each margin should be from all sides of the page. Font should be 12 point Times New Roman, or you can use other fonts also, but sans serif font should be used. Paragraph and line spacing. So each paragraph will have one tab spacing. Means each paragraph also should be indented. Double spaced should be there, and no extra page should be before and after the heading or before and after the paragraph. Section headings. So there is no mention of section headings in MLA edition. Then there would be citation. So in-text citation we have already seen that, and then works cited list should be there at the end of it. So here I have tried to give a visual formatting guide for model MLA paper. While we are writing paper in MLSI, our formatting of the paper should be like this. In that, we have to write the author's name and the designation in the header. Then, in the center, we have to write the title of our work. And in the title also, the important word should be written in the first letter of the important word will be written in capital. So uh, some prepositions and other grammatical words would not be written in capital. Double space should be given. In-text citation should be properly given. And If you are using some names of some other books in your research work, so those should be written in italicized. But if you are using some religious books, like if you are using Upanishads, so there is no need to write in italics. So this thing should also be kept into mind while we are formatting the page. We are to give one each margin from all the sides you can see in the image. Second is the ideal paragraph should be 6 to 10 lines, not more than that. So our paragraph, you are developing your argument in paragraphs. So each paragraph should carry 6 to 10 lines, not more than 10. Ideal is 7 sentences. And each paragraph should be indented. You can see here one tab or zero point 0.5 space is given. At the top of the paper, we have to write the last name and the page number as a header, and it should continue till the last page. And this is, this is the format which we should use. And at last, our works cited page would come, and in that works cited page, we are to write all the entries in alphabetical order, and we are to use hanging index if for each entry if the entry is more than one line. You can see in this first entry. In the first entry, it is of 5 lines. So the first line is written in usual manner. Other 4 lines are written in hanging index, and that you can set in your word. And then the other reference is only of one line, so there is no need to write that. But if you are using the work of the same author, the other work, so for that you need not to write the writer's name again. There you can put a long dash, or you can put three uh, dash and write the writer's name. So this is the formation of MLA site. Now, after MLA, we shall try to understand about APA edition. So, as MLA is the ninth edition, the latest edition is ninth one, and we have to follow that. In APA, the seventh edition is the latest one. The sixth edition came into existence in 2009, but the seventh edition uh, was published in October 2019. It is roughly of 428 pages. APA means American Psychological Association, which was formed in 1923. In 1929, it published the instructions for the authors that how to prepare manuscript for APA journals, and later the same style was used for thesis and term papers and research papers also. It is widely used in social sciences, and its latest edition is the seventh edition. So we shall try to understand the key changes in the seventh edition from the sixth edition. What are the key changes? So first is that in total 114 examples are provided, ranging from books and periodicals to audiovisual and social media. For each reference category, an easy template is provided to help us that how can it means that template is given for guideline. So uh, the, these pages increase because these templates are given, figures are given, better guideline is given for citing online media because nowadays we use that too much in our work. Updated guidelines for inclusive and bias-free language, as we have seen in MLA. The same thing is included here also, inclusive language. Student-specific paper format is also given, and minor changes in how to cite sources is given. So let us try to understand which are the basic mm, changes. So first changes are related to references and in-text citation. There are seven types of changes given related to references and in-text citation. The first is publisher's location is not included. So now if we are writing in APA style, we are we need not to write the publisher's location. Like here you can see the New York or NY is written, but in guideline given now, we are not to write the publisher's location. Second, in-text citations are shortened. So as we have seen the difference between MLA and MLA ninth, the same like MLA ninth here is also used. If there are more than three authors, we need not to write the name for the first time of all the authors. We can write the last name of the first author and then at all. And here, pay attention that in MLA ninth, we were writing the last name of the author and the page number. But here, we are using comma and then we are using year. The third change is up to 20 authors in the reference list. Earlier it was 7 authors. So while you are writing the uh, reference list, 7 authors were written, then at all was written. But now up to 20 authors, we are writing the names of those authors in APA style. And in that also, we are writing the last name of the author and the initials. First and second name initial would be written. And up to 20 authors we can write. DOIs are formatted as URL. Now, we are not just writing DOI, but we are writing DOI also as URLs. So, writing the whole web address. Then, fifth change is citing web pages. So, earlier we used to write retrieved from. So, here, rather than writing that, we are writing the Germany avoids recession but growth remains weak. That we are writing in italics and uh, we are giving the name from where we have retrieved it. Just giving the uh, rather than just giving the link, we are also writing the name. Here it is taken from BBC News. So BBC News is written and then the website is given. Citing e-books. Earlier, while Kindle version was used, so we need to write that it is Kindle version. But now we are writing Springer Nature. So who has published that book? We are writing that. The seventh one is contributors other than authors. So if there are contributors other than authors, like if there is you are using film, then the director would be considered as an author. If TV series, then executive producer is used as author. If podcast episode, then host of the episode will be considered as author. If it is webinar, then instructor will be considered as author. So if it is photograph, then photographer would be considered as author. So the role of contributor is added in parentheses after the name. So here you can see John's, comma, PD, then into bracket, we are using that name as an author, but the role is director. So the role is also written in it. Eighth change is related to inclusive and bias-free language. So we can use singular they, like a researcher's career depends on how often he is cited. Rather than writing he, we can use they as singular. So a researcher's career depends on how often they are cited. His or her, writing his or her we can use there instead of that. Be sensitive to labels. So don't write the poor. Rather than write people living in poverty. Don't write transsexuals. Rather write transgender people. So we need to be sensitive to the levels. Appropriate level of specificity means don't write over 65s, but write people aged 65 to 75. So here we are being too much specific while we are writing. The same thing is also guided in MLA 9th edition. 11th change is more fonts to choose from. Now we can in 6th edition only the use of Times New Roman was recommended, but in 7th edition there is more flexibility regarding fonts. The most important thing is that the font should be easy to read for everyone. It means that readable font can be used by us. We can use Times New Roman in 12 points, Arial in 11 point, Georgia in 11 point, Calibri in 11 point, or Lucida Sans Unicode in 10 point. So this facility is given in FPA 7th. In 6th only Times New Roman was used. 12th change is no more running head. In 6th edition, running head used to be there, and the title of the paper before that running head we need to write. But now we can write just the title of the paper. So that change is there in that is the 12th change in APA 7th edition. After that, 13th change is updated heading style. Now, heading style is changed and it is updated. So, there are 5 levels of headings. The first level means the title is centered, bold, title case. The second level is left aligned. So, while writing MLA paper, we are uh, formatting it in justified, center justified. But in APA, we are to write in left aligned. Uh, and if there is third level of that, then it is left aligned, bold, and italic. Generally, we go to this 3 level, and uh, we need to format our page in this manner. 3, 4, 5 are updated to improve readability, and all headings are now bold and in title case. Uh, this is the difference between APA and MLA. We are not going in depth right now because we need to cover something else also. But now you can understand that what are the major changes between, what is the major difference between APA and MLA style. While we are writing APA in-text citation, in the APA in-text citation also there are 2 types, narrative citation and parenthetical citation. In narrative citation, uh, we are taking just one example, that Sandek. Now, here you are writing the year of the publication into bracket. Sandek 2015 contended that. Now into double inverted comma you are citing that source, and into bracket we are writing P for page number and full stop, and then page number 2. Here it is 2, so 2 is written, and then period is written. So here there is a difference between MLA 9th and APA side. Here we have to write the year of publication along with the writer's name if you are writing in narrative citation. If it is in parenthetical, then in parenthetical we are writing the last name of the author clearly into double inverted comma. Imagination is crucial. Comma, it means that you have taken this idea, and now you are writing in-text citation, send it. Then remember, earlier I told that in MLA we are not putting any comma between author's last name and page number. But here we are using author's last name, then comma, then year of the publication, then comma, and then the page number. So this everything is included in in APA in-text citation, and this format we are to follow. Here you can see the guideline for other uh, uh, two authors or three plus authors and corporate authors. So that is also followed. But these changes we are to kept into our mind. We can use shorter form for the name, like if there is WH World Health Organization, so we can use WHO for that. If there is American Library Association, we can write ALA for that into square bracket. While you are using abbreviation, we can use that in square bracket. Here you can see the example of APA in-text citation. Uh, you can see in this example I have taken such example in which direct quotation is there, paraphrase or summary is also there, and the reference list is also given. So you can see that uh, cinema has been an important part of Hong Kong culture for several decades. The films of Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Chow Yun Fat, and many others performs are not only popular in SAR as Lu. So Lu is the writer, the last name of the writer. So Lu, then year is written. Lu 2002 points out locally produced films have, and then you are putting it into double inverted comma, and then we are writing the page number because the name of the author has already come earlier. Then you are going ahead and you are making paraphrase or summary of some ideas, and you are taking it from relay. So you are writing relay and 2004. There you need not to give page number. While you are paraphrasing or summarizing, there you can write just uh, last name of the author and year of publication. While you are quoting, then you are giving the page number also. And while you are writing that in your reference list, there you can see the last name of the author. Then the first name's initial is only written, not the whole first name. In MLA 9th, the first name was written. Here, initial of the first name written. So in this example, you can see Lu, comma S dot 2002. The year would come here. In MLA, it came into last. In APA, it will come earlier. So 2002, then period. Then we shall write the title of the work. So here it is Planet Hong Kong, Popular Cinema and the Art of the Entertainment. Here you can notice one more thing. While we are writing in MLA, we are writing it in important word of the sentence were written in capital. But here we are writing it in sentence case. Means the first word will be written in capital. Like here you can see popular cinema. The other words would come in not capital, but it would be written in sentence case. Then it is a part of film quarterly. So that journal's name is written in italic. Then year is also changed from MLA9. In MLA9, we used to write volume and issue. Here, volume and issue are also written, but they are written like this. Volume, this is 55 is the volume, and third issue is there. So issue is written into bracket, and that the name of the journal and issue is written in italics, and then we are writing page number. And if there is web source available, then you can put the link also at the end. The same thing you can see in this book Relay L 2004 and the name of the book, and that is written in sentence case, and then the 23, the first, and the page number is given 24 to 33, that is page range is given. So in this manner we can write APA, in-text citation, as well as the reference list at entry. Now, some more examples are also given here, that how can we write in-text citation, and we can write the same into reference list entry. As 9 containers, here also this 9 container in APA, but the style of writing that container differs. Here you can see the last name of the author, then the initial of the first name, then the date or the year of publication, then the title of the article, then the title of the journal title, issue and volume would be in italics. Then the page range would be written, and then the web link would be given. So DOI, you can see here, DOI is not just written as DOI, as in 6th edition people used to write, but here it is given as a whole link, web link, as an URL. Now, here also we have different examples of it. We shall see only few examples of APA reference, because now you understand that how we are to write in APA. Here you can see in the book, while we are writing book, so the last name of the author, Jimenez, comma, J, that is the initial of the first name. Then 2003, written into bracket, the date of the. Here you can see Latin culture in the United States. So that is the title of the book, that is written in italics, and the publisher's name, HarperCollins. So there it ends, because the date or the year you have already written earlier. So we can write the book saying, if it is the one more thing we need to pay attention, how it differs from MLA 9th edition is here. In if it is an article of any journal, or it is a chapter of any book. If it is a chapter of any book, in MLA 9th we used to write it into double inverted comma, but here we are not writing into double inverted comma. We are writing it like this. We are seeing the first example, Shonagon S, and the date 1988. Hateful Things, that is the title of chapter. So it is not written into double inverted comma. Hateful Things in P. Lopate ed. Means this book is edited by P. Lopate. So here you can see the author's name is written, the last name and the first name initial, while editor's name is written the first name initial and the whole last name. And then there is the art of the personal essay. That is the title of the book. So that is written in sentence case. So the first letter is capital only. And then the page range is given, and then the Norton publisher is there. So the publisher's name is written. So in this way, we can write of journal articles, we can write of newspaper article, we can write of any government report is there. So that report can also be written in this manner. If there is a book review, then the book review can also be written. But in book review, we are to remember that into square bracket, we are to mention that this is the review of the book, review of the so and so book written by so and so. So here you can see in this example, Dent Reed C and Zuko Goldring P 2001. The title of this review is Modeling Knowing? So that is written without inverted comma. But after that, this is actually the review of the book Models of Cognitive Development. So into square bracket you are writing review of the book Models of Cognitive Development by K. Richardson, and then you are ending the square bracket, and then you are writing full stop. And now it is published in American Journal of Psychology. So that name is written in italic. So the original book name or the review of which book is done, that book is written in italics, and the journal in which this book review is published, that is also written italics, and the page number and the issue or the number. So it is 114. So that is also written italics, and the page range is given. So in this manner, we can write this. If it is thesis or dissertation, and that also we can write. You can see here Kelly CBD 2018, the art of coffee roasting. It is doctoral thesis, so that is written along with that University of Waikato. So that is written the University of Waikato, and then the website name the University of Waikato Research Commons, and the web address is given, URL is written. So in this manner, different sources can be written. There may be conference paper, keynote address, conference paper in proceedings published later as a book, conference paper in processing published as a journal issue. This may be the possibility which can be our source. So we need to follow the proper guideline for that. I'm not reading or going in all this sort. You can take the screenshot if you want. Otherwise, you can understand now that how you can give the reference. There can be dictionary or encyclopedia with online author, dictionary or encyclopedia in print. So that also we need to give reference, and that also we need to uh, uh, give in text citation and in the reference list also. Television broadcast may be there. Any episode from the television can also be there. So let us see that example. We are uh, taking an episode from any television series. So how can we cite that? And for that, in reference list, we shall write script writer's name. So here it is Egan D, that is writer, Alexander J, that is director. We are writing both writer means script writer as well as the director's name as an author. Then the year of the TV series, that is 2005. Then the title Failure to Communicate, and it is season 4 and episode 17. And what is this? You are writing it into square bracket. It is TV series episode. This title is TV series episode. And where you can find it in D Shore. The first name is in first name's initial and the last name is written while we are writing the producer. Who is this D Shore? Is executive producer of this series, and it is the part of House. The TV series title is House, and we are taking Failure to Communicate as the one of the episodes of it as our reference. And who is producing it? So production company name is Fox Broadcasting. So that is written. In the same manner, YouTube video that can also be written, and uh, for that we need to write username of that person. If it is blog, then blog can also be written. And if it is any software we are using, any computer software, that software can also be cited. You can see I am not going into that also. We can use any song or track of the song. any radio broadcast, or any podcast episode which may be helpful for you in your research work, any infographic. So that infographic can also be cited. You can take the screenshot of it and can see later that how that can be seen. As we are running out of time, we are going little bit faster. Any PowerPoint presentation you have taken, that also can be cited. Any tweet, any open educational resources, OER, or any preprint article. Sometimes it happens that before getting it published, people put it in preprint. So that preprint article is there with you, that you can also cite. Uh, then you can see the reference page. Here, references uh, is same like word cited list. It is also written in alphabetical order, but the basic difference is that here author date format is used. So date is written at the initial, and then the other changes, as we have seen, that can be written like that. Here is the example of whatever we have seen earlier. This is the reference list of that. Now, while we are citing APA research proposal, we need to take 10 points into consideration. The first is margin, header, and footer. The second is fonts, size, and space. The third is title page. Now look, here APA differs from MLSI. In MLA, while we are writing a paper, we need not to give the title page. Uh, we can write the body of the paper, and we can write the works cited list. But here we need to write the title page, abstract, introduction, literature review, research methodology, limitations, significance, references, and bibliography citation. This content of this APA style research proposal should include all these things, and you can see that abstract should be of 250 words, and it should be a summary of whatever you have written in the whole paper. Introduction should lead to the general idea which we are going to discuss. Literature review should give the background, and a section can take up to 7 pages if it is a proposal. Then you are to write the methodology, then the limitation, then the significance, and the references and bibliography and citation, and at last appendix. If any attachment is there, then we can add that also. Now if we are writing a research paper in APA style, so these 5 components are there. The first is title page. The second is abstract. The third is table of contents. The fourth is body. The fifth is references. And the sixth is appendix. So this we need to follow while we are using APA format, because in that title page is there, and in MLS there is no title page. So I have given the example of it, which consider this, that title page of APA would be like this, in which the at the center we shall write the name of our title. Then under that, the name and name of the author and his affiliation would be written. And at the top, as a header, the title would be written as running head, but running head word would not be used. Second thing, page number would be at the top, and in the header it would be written. Title is written at the center, and in the reference page, the same formatting would continue, but in as we have seen earlier, that how references are written, in that manner references are written in APA. This is the formatting of APA page. You can see here in the APA formatting, the running head would be of half inch, and 1 inch would be 1 inch margin would be there at the four sides, and after the running head, three or four written means three or four times we have to give enter, and then we can write the title. If there is subtitle, then that is also written with column, and subtitle is optional. Then the writers, the first author, the second author, the third author, and their affiliations would be written. Then there will be abstract. Now in abstract, we are not we are not writing it in indent. Means its paragraph would not be written in indent. The whole abstract would be written as it is. It should be left aligned. So you can see this side. It is not justified. It is left aligned. So running head would be there. Abstract would be written in the middle. It should be between 150 to 200 words. It should be double spaced, and Times New Roman or whatever other fonts as we have discussed earlier you can use. And at last we shall use indent, and that indent would be used for keywords, and that those keywords would be written in italics, and that would be in bold. Then we shall write the keywords. So this is the format for abstract. Then there are 5 levels of heading. The first level is for title. The title is case heading, that is bold and centered. Level 2 is left aligned, bold, and title case heading. Level 3 is left aligned, bold, italic, title case heading. Level 4 is indented, and level 5 is indented. So level 4 and 5 are indented. These are the topic and the subtopic and the subtopic. It is like this levels are given. So you can understand this level very well from this. You can see running head is there, then the method. So that method is level 1 heading. Then the second heading is a measurement is given. So that is left align. That is second level heading. And under that there is third level, that is dependent variable. So dependent variable written in italics, and that is the third level heading. Same under that the second is independent variable. So that is also written in italics, left and italic. Now under that also you are writing anything, then that will be first indented, and then in level 4 heading, like here you have written stigma. Then level 5 heading is if there is something under that stigma also, then that is italicized and indented. So in this manner we have these different 5 levels in APA format, and in this way our research paper can be margin can be set of our research paper. 1 inch margin from all the sides, and double spacing is must for, and left alignment should be there while we are writing in APA style. Now you can see the references page of it. We are writing the last name of the author, and then using the initials for the first name, then the date, then the title of the uh, article, then the book's title, that is in italic, or the journal's title in italic, and then we are writing uh, publisher's name. In this also we are to use hanging indent. Means if your reference list is more than one line, then we are to write in hanging indent. Second, we have to use second sentence case for the title of articles. Sentence case, as I have told earlier, the first letter would be in capital, the other letters are in normal in sentence as we write. So that case we have to follow. Page number should be given at the top right side. So this should be followed while we are uh, formatting the reference page. Now these two styles which we have talked, MLA, that is used uh, generally for literature people, and APA, that we have seen. For engineering people, there is IEEE style. I'm not going in deep into that, but just showing you that in IEEE style, if there are some engineers also joined, then they will have to use it. This IEEE is for electrical and electronics engineering. So it also includes allied branches of computer science also. If those people are writing their paper, they should write in this style. In that, they are not to write in text like as we are writing in APA or ML style. They are to just write the reference number 1, 2, 3, 4 and into square bracket. If they are using the same reference, or again, so they are to give the same number wherever they are using that reference. So IEEE citations are numbered in order of appearance. When a citation is repeated, the same number is used. Here you can see. So its reference would also change. It will start with number, so there is no alphabetical order while they are writing their bibliography or reference page. They would write the number as it comes in their paper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That entry would be written here, and it will follow MLA style more. So you can see that. But one difference here, you can see that here author's first name would be first name's initial would be used, then the last name would be written as an author name. Then the title of the article would be in double inverted comma as it was in MLA 9th edition. Then the uh, from where it has been published, that would be written, and then other things would be the same. So these are the minor changes for the engineering people. Here in this page you can see sometimes it happens in one paragraph they are summarizing or paraphrasing, and they are using two or more references in single type. So there also they can write in bracket, like here you can see 3 and 4. So this is written in two references are written at same place. So they are written in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like in number format, and the other thing, as I have discussed, are written like this. So these are the different examples for e-books or article on online encyclopedia, journal article in journal, newspaper article for engineering people. You can take, if you are from engineering branch and you are to use IEEE, you can take the screenshot of this and can cite in your paper like this. There is Chicago style also. So in Chicago style, uh, also we are using the number, and that numbering is not in square bracket, but that is given in superscript, and in that note and bibliography is used. So footnote is given of the reference. You have written 1, 2, 3. The footnote of that 1, 2, 3 is given, and at the end in your bibliography list you are writing the whole list. So this is Chicago format. There is Vancouver format also for health sciences. People from health sciences, they have to follow this Vancouver style of writing. They are also using the number. Their paper is not also in alphabetical order, but number format is used, and they are using uh, the last name first and the initial of the. So it is like a APA style. It resembles with APA format. So here in this example, you can see the various referencing styles are given in this one. Harvard is given, APA is given, Chicago is given, and MLA is given. We are just going through one slide for this comparison, so we can understand that how what differences are there. You can see here Lee and Kotler, and into bracket the if you are using Howard style, then you have to write the author's name. If you are writing in prose style, so in-text citation would be like this: Lee and Kotler 2019. And if it is in-text citation, means parenthetical citation, then the writer's name, then comma, then the year would be written. And in reference list, you can see the last name of the author, the first name's initial, and year, then the title of the work in italics, and the publications. Here you can see the place of publication is written. So here you can see London and says publication is written. While in APA, as we have already seen, in-text citation is same like Harvard, but here it differs. Here we don't use the publisher's place. In Chicago style, we are writing page number as well while we are making in-text citation, and year is also written. And after author's name, year, then we are writing comma and page number, and then same place of publication is also written in Chicago. And in MLA, we already know that there also we are not writing the place of publication, but in text citation, we are not even putting any comma also. We are writing last name of the author and the page number. So these are the different examples of same kind. You can take screenshot if you want. This is also of journals, uh, and more than journal with two authors. Then this is the example of journal with more than three authors. So how can we cite in journals and different styles? Here you can see MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, and Vancouver. All these are included in one slide, so we can compare it. That what changes are there uh, among these different styles of referencing. So these are the different styles in which, according to the branch, we can use. Now, there are various citation tools which can help us. We don't know to remember all these things. This work can be done by various citation tools, but if we have understood it, so sometimes what happen, if you have taken any reference from any citation tools, but all the entries are not there, but you have the entry, then you can add and you can write like that. So there is various citation tools available. The first citation tool is our word itself. Our word, in word there is reference manager. We can use that and we can make manual entry and complete our work. Other than that, there is BigMe, SiteFast, SiteLighter, EasyBeam, Citation Machine, RefWorks, EndNotes. These are other citation tools. And two most important citation tools are Mendeley and Zotero. In earlier lectures, perhaps Sir was talking about Mendeley, and he was also showing that how you can use Mendeley. In the same manner, Zotero can also be used. So these referencing tools, if you have mastered the use of it, then easily you can make your citation works for any research work you are doing. And there are advantages of using these referencing tools, like they can search hundreds of online resources which are available easily in PDF format. You can find full text of references in one click. We can read, review, annotate, and search PDFs easily. We can create rules automatically, organize references as we need, and you can generate reference in any format from that. You can make notes also, uh, and you can cite that. So these are the some of the advantages of this using these referencing tools. You can also use this library, and one of the best advantage of it is that you can use it from anywhere without using, because it is an online account, so you can use it from anywhere once it is there in your online library. And at last, we need to understand that when we need to cite any reference, is there a need to cite or not? So when that question comes, we can use it. If it is a common knowledge, if it is no, then you are to cite. If it is common knowledge, if it is not a common knowledge, if it is a common knowledge, if the answer of this question is yes, then there is no need to cite. Second thing is, did you use your own words? Means, if you have written it in your own, if your answer is no, then make sure you include quotes marks to show that these aren't your own words. So it means that you need to cite it. And if it is in your own words, then also you need to ask one question more, that was it your idea, or uh, if the answer of it is no, then you are paraphrasing it, or you are summarizing it, then also you need to give citation. And if it is your own idea, if the answer of that question is yes, you don't need to cite anything. So in this manner, you can make your paper plagiarism free, and with using proper citation and proper formatting, you can it can add into your paper. Because sometimes if you see someone's paper, and if it is not properly cited, we do not go into it, because uh, such scholarly papers also follow these rules, and in this way we can make our paper very useful, well researched, so that it also adds into your academic success. Thus, the title of our talk was the art of citation, understanding various or different citation. So here we can see the references from where I have taken the ideas of this. And at last, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to mm, to showcase my knowledge, to express my views regarding these referencing tools. Thank you very much, organizers, for giving me the opportunity. Here I end my talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was a very informative session. Uh, and now participants are invited to post queries to the expert. And also the feedbacks form will be available in the WhatsApp group.
If there is no question, then we can conclude the session.
Ah, yes, sir. We will just have a small vote of thanks and end the session. Dear esteemed speaker and participants, on behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology Ramapuram, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for your invaluable contributions to today's workshop on the art of citation, exploring different referencing formats for academic success. Our deepest appreciation goes to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Nitin Kumar Pitadia, for his comprehensive explanation and detailed insights into various aspects of citation. Your elucidation on topics such as different styles of writing references, the importance of adding sources in our research work, the significance of writing references, and the promotion of inclusive language has been immensely enlightening, sir. We are particularly grateful for the thorough demonstrations and explanations provided on MLA container examples, the elements of MLA intake citation, MLA citation guidelines, APA intake citation, and paper format guidelines. Your clarity and expertise have empowered us with the knowledge needed to navigate the complexities of academic writing with confidence. As we conclude this workshop, we carry with us a deeper understanding of citation practices and a renewed commitment to upholding academic integrity in our research endeavors. Once again, thank you to everyone involved for making today's workshop a success. We look forward to implementing the insights gained today and to further enriching our academic journeys together. Thank you, sir. Sir, and
Thank
there
you
is
very much.
one question asked: how
Yes.
to cite how to cite our work in the sense the quotation which I took from my published paper. How do I cite my name in the work cited? Is there any format for self citation?
Means if you have published any paper, or if you have written any book and you are taking idea from that book, you are to take it as you are taking from other writers work. So, in the same manner, uh, as you are citing that writer's work, you can write your own also. So, if you are using MLA citation style, then you have to write last name of yours and then the first name and then the title of the work. If you are using APA style, then the last name and the first name's initial and then the year of publication. So, there is no difference. If you are using your own work also, you need to write, you need to take yourself as an author. So if you are writing and your name comes, and in the paper also your name, there is no problem. But you have to take your work as you are taking others' work.
Yes, sir. There's also another question. How can I get mastery over citation, sir? Only through practice?
Only through practice, or only by practicing different online citation tools. In two men. First, as per my experience, I whenever I write something, then I used to make one chart. And in my doctorate, I used to make chart. Then at first, before reading that book or any article, I would just cite the source. Since in 9 parts, I would have 9 columns, and I would write the that. And at last, I would have one column in which I would write the remarks, and in that remarks, which idea I am taking from this book or this article, I would note that. So at last, while I am making references list or I am using it, I will easily get that this reference is taken from that. So it depends on us. This was my style. Your style may differ.
Sir, is there any online software where we can check plagiarism?
Yes, Orkun is there. Turn it in there. It's there. You can use. You can see plagiarism. But generally, what happens? Plagiarism and similarity report. These are two different terms. Those tools, Turnitin or Urkund, is giving us similarity report rather than plagiarism. But that similarity means that consistently 4 or 5 words are there you are taking from somewhere else, then it will be considered as similarity. And in that, similarity percent is given. But if you have properly cited your work, then similarity report may differ, but your work may be plagiarism free if you have properly cited and listed it in the reference list.
Yes, sir. I think that is all. Uh, Now we
Thank
may
you.
end the
Thank you.
live, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Good night, sir. Yes, sir.